What if I told you a single sentence could change how a woman sees you? Not your looks, not your status, just your words. One line, spoken at the right moment, can spark something inside her she can't explain. A quiet shift, a glance that lingers longer than before, a thought she can't shake off, no matter how hard she tries. Because attraction doesn't start in the body, it starts in the mind. Most men talk to impress. They chase with compliments, humor, and effort, thinking more words will win her over. But the truth is, the more you try, the less she feels. Real power isn't in what you say, it's in how you make her feel when you speak, and when you learn to use your words like a weapon, not to manipulate, but to move her. She won't want to walk away, not because you begged for attention, but because your presence became unforgettable. The way you speak reveals everything: your confidence, your restraint, your inner control. Most men use words to fill silence. A Stoic man uses silence to give his words power. In this video, I'll show you 6 phrases, simple, timeless, psychological triggers that tap directly into her emotional core. They're not lines, they're leverage. Each one crafted to ignite curiosity, pull her closer, and make her feel something she can't explain but doesn't want to lose. These words flip the dynamic. They stop the chase. And they remind her of something she hasn't felt in a long time: desire with depth. So before we begin, do something that most men won't. Pause, breathe, and listen carefully. Because what you're about to learn isn't about seduction, it's about self-mastery, the kind that turns your voice into influence and your presence into power. Let's begin. Phrase 1. You have a unique way about you. I like that. Most men try to win a woman's attention with empty compliments. You're beautiful. You look amazing. But those words are noise. Predictable, hollow, forgotten within seconds. Women hear them all the time. They don't crave praise. They crave recognition. The kind that says, I see something in you that others don't. That's why this phrase cuts deep. You have a unique way about you. I like that. It doesn't flatter. It observes. It doesn't scream for attention. It creates curiosity, because when you say it, you open a loop in her mind that doesn't close easily. She'll start to wonder, what did he notice? My tone? My confidence? My laugh? And that quiet curiosity keeps her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. The key is timing. You don't use it carelessly. You wait for a real moment, when she reveals something genuine, something unfiltered. Maybe she laughs at her own story. Maybe she speaks with passion about what she loves. That's when you pause, hold her gaze with calm certainty, and say it slowly. You have a unique way about you. I like that. Say it like a truth you just realized, not a line you practiced. Let silence carry your confidence. Because what makes this phrase powerful isn't the words, it's the energy behind them. You're not trying to impress her. You're showing that you actually see her. Most women feel invisible, not physically but emotionally. They're seen for their looks, rarely for their essence. When you notice something beyond the surface, you awaken a deeper connection, one that touches her identity, not her ego. That's what makes this line magnetic. It doesn't chase approval, it creates intrigue. And in that intrigue, attraction grows, quietly, naturally, powerfully. So use it sparingly, use it with presence. And when you say it, mean it. Because the man who truly sees never has to chase. Phrase 2. I like women who know what they want. Most men chase approval. They smile too much, agree too easily, and bend themselves just to be liked. They think attraction is earned by pleasing her. But all that does is flip the energy. Now she's the prize. and he's auditioning. That's where everything collapses. Because once you start proving yourself, you stop being magnetic. But when you look her in the eye, steady, unshaken, and say, "I like women who know what they want," you flip the script entirely. You're not chasing her validation. You're stating a standard. And with that single phrase, you shift the dynamic from, "Am I good enough for her?" to, "Is she what I'm looking for?" That subtle shift is everything. Because now she's the one questioning herself. Do I seem confident to him? Do I know what I want? Am I meeting his standard? That quiet tension builds attraction, the kind rooted not in desire, but in respect. This phrase isn't just a compliment, it's a mirror, reflecting your own clarity back at her. Because the truth is, women admire men with direction, men who know what they want, what they stand for, and what they won't tolerate. When you value decisiveness in a woman, it shows you have decisiveness in yourself. That's rare, and rare is magnetic. But timing matters. You don't use it randomly. You use it when she shows confidence. When she makes a bold choice, speaks her mind, or expresses a clear intention. That's when you pause. Hold her gaze, and say it quietly, like you just recognize something valuable. "I like women who know what they want." Then, silence. No nervous laugh. No soft apology. Let the words breathe. Because what follows is psychological gravity. It pulls her in. She begins to align herself with that image, wanting to become the kind of woman you described. Not to please you, but to rise to your level. That's the energy of polarity, where both sides grow stronger in each other's presence. But here's the key. Once you say it, you must live it. If you chase indecision, flakiness, or insecurity, your words lose all weight. Your presence must match your principles. When it does, she feels it, deep in her core. Because you're not performing confidence, you are confidence. So don't speak to impress. Speak to express your values. That's what separates the ordinary from the unshakable. One simple phrase. "I like women who know what they want." And suddenly, she's no longer the one testing you. She's the one trying to earn your attention. Phrase 3. That's what I like most about you. Most men speak to impress, but the rare man, the one who lingers in her mind long after he's gone, speaks to see. You see, most compliments women receive barely scratch the surface. "You're beautiful." "You look amazing tonight." They sound good, but they fade fast, because every man notices what's obvious. It doesn't take presence or insight to praise what the world already sees. But when you look at her, not with hunger, not with charm, but with stillness, and you say, "That's what I like most about you," everything changes. Because now, your words aren't about appearance, they're about essence. You're not complimenting the surface, you're reflecting the truth she rarely hears. Maybe it's the way her voice softens when she talks about something she loves. Maybe it's the quiet strength behind her vulnerability. Maybe it's the way her eyes light up when she speaks with conviction. Whatever it is, when you notice it and you name it, it hits her differently. That moment tells her, "You see me, not just the body, but the soul behind it." And for most women, that kind of recognition is rare and unforgettable. Because emotional recognition isn't flattery, it's validation. It makes her feel significant in a world where most people only glance, never look. And when a woman feels deeply seen by a man, truly seen, she opens in ways she never planned to. Her walls lower, her tone softens, her eyes hold yours just a little longer. But here's the key. You can't fake it. You don't say this line to impress her. You say it when the moment earns it. When she shows something genuine, something raw. That's when you slow down, let silence breathe and say, "That right there, that's what I like most about you." Then you stop talking. Let the quiet do the work. Because silence, when backed by presence, is louder than any flattery. This one phrase separates the men who perform from the men who perceive. And perception, deep, calm, masculine perception, is power. You're not giving her attention, you're giving her recognition, and recognition creates memory. It leaves an imprint. That's what real attraction is. Not excitement, not performance, but resonance. A moment that stays long after the words fade. Because for once, she felt seen. Phrase 4. I don't know if you can handle me. Most men spend their lives trying to prove they're enough for a woman. They play safe. They agree too much. They try to be likable, predictable, hoping that being easy to understand makes them more attractive. It doesn't. It kills the mystery. Because when a woman feels she already knows a man, curiosity dies. And with it, attraction. That's why this phrase carries power. I don't know if you can handle me. Said calmly, without arrogance, it flips the entire dynamic. You're no longer the one chasing. You've become the challenge. You've shifted the frame from, I hope she likes me, to, I wonder if she's ready for me. This line works because it plants a question in her mind, one she can't immediately answer. It makes her curious, intrigued, activated. She starts wondering, what is it about him I might not be able to handle? Is it his drive, his intensity, his emotional control? The beauty is, you never tell her. You let her imagination do the work. Picture this. She teases you, saying she's hard to impress. You hold her gaze, let a small, knowing smirk appear and say, I don't know if you can handle me. Then silence. That's where the tension lives. In the pause, in the unspoken. Because this phrase isn't about cockiness. It's about presence. It suggests depth, layers, and a standard. You're not here to entertain or impress. You're here to see who can meet you where you stand. But here's the truth most men miss. You have to back it up. You can't say this line and then start explaining yourself, chasing validation or losing your composure. Your calm must match your words. Your energy must say, I know who I am. I don't need you to confirm it. When you say, I don't know if you can handle me, you're communicating something deeper than confidence. You're showing selectiveness. You're saying, I'm not for everyone, and that's okay, because real power doesn't beg to be chosen. It chooses. And if she leans in, intrigued, trying to prove she can handle you, that's when the shift happens. Now she's investing. She's stepping into your frame, so don't rush it. Say it with calm conviction. Let your eyes carry the weight of your words, and then let silence do the rest. Phrase 5. I'm not that easy. Most men fold the moment a beautiful woman gives them attention. One compliment, one playful look, one flirty smile, and they're already chasing. Their posture changes, their energy shifts. They start trying to earn what was never promised, and that's when they lose their power. Because the second you start chasing, you give up your frame. You become one of many, predictable, reactive, easy. But when you look a woman in the eye, steady and unshaken, and calmly say, I'm not that easy, everything changes. This isn't arrogance, it's awareness. It's a declaration that you know your value, and you don't give it away just because someone noticed you. Most men mistake availability for attraction. They think being agreeable, eager, and instantly responsive makes them desirable. But true power lies in restraint, in not needing to prove yourself, in being selective. I'm not that easy carries that energy. Playful on the surface, but deeply grounded underneath. It tells her, I'm not another man you can impress with attention alone. It tells her that your validation must be earned through effort, respect, and genuine connection. That message hits differently, because deep down, women respect what they have to earn. They value what doesn't come cheap. So the next time she flirts boldly, tests you, or expects a predictable reaction, you stay composed. You let a quiet smile appear, and with calm confidence say, "I'm not that easy." Then stop talking, let silence do the work. In that pause, something powerful happens. Her mind starts spinning. Did he just resist me? Was he serious? Why does that feel different? And that tension, that subtle spark of uncertainty, is attraction in its raw form, because when you don't give yourself away too quickly, you create space for mystery. You make her earn access to your world. And that's rare. Most men are open books, desperate to be liked, afraid to be misunderstood. But a man who knows his worth doesn't fear distance or silence. He knows that what's rare is remembered. He knows that withholding a little of himself isn't manipulation, it's mastery. Here's the psychology behind why it works. When you express selectiveness instead of neediness, you flip the script. She starts qualifying herself to you. She begins to wonder if she measures up, if she's interesting enough, grounded enough, feminine enough to hold your attention. That internal questioning builds attraction faster than any compliment ever could. But remember, this only works if it's real. Don't say "I'm not that easy" as a trick. Say it because you live it, because you don't chase attention, validation, or cheap connection. Your time, your focus, your peace, they're earned. And that kind of discipline, that quiet selectiveness, is magnetic. So the next time she assumes she's got you figured out, the next time she leans in expecting you to fall, hold her gaze. Let a subtle smirk form and whisper, "I'm not that easy." Then watch the shift. In her tone, her body language, her energy. You've just reversed the dynamic. She's no longer testing you, she's pursuing you. Because men who master restraint don't chase attraction. They command it. That's the power of discipline. That's the essence of control. That's what it means to be a stoic wolf.